If the universe is not singular but infinite in number, could there be a copy of oneself living a different life somewhere else? This question, once relegated to the realms of speculative fiction and theoretical physics, now nudges ever closer to the edges of scientific inquiry and philosophical wonder. The concept of the multiverse, multiple universes existing parallel to our own, no longer belongs solely to the pages of science fiction or the musings of quantum theorists. It has begun to permeate mainstream scientific thought, blurring the boundaries between what is conceivable and what might actually be. Imagine, for a moment, the vastness of time stretching back billions of years, a deep time so immense that human history is but a fleeting blink in its expanse. Within this temporal ocean, Earth itself is a singular jewel, a fragile cradle for life, spinning quietly on the edge of cosmic infinity. Yet, when contemplating the multiverse, Earth's uniqueness becomes simultaneously overwhelming and diminished. If countless universes exist, each potentially with its own version of Earth, what does it mean for our sense of self and existence? Is there an alternate Earth where another you makes different choices, lives under different skies, or never existed at all? This notion transcends mere curiosity. It challenges our understanding of reality itself. The multiverse hypothesis emerges from several lines of scientific reasoning, quantum mechanics, probabilistic nature, cosmic inflation theory, suggesting pocket universes beyond our observable horizon, and string theory's landscape of possible dimensions. Each framework hints that what we perceive as the universe might be just one bubble in an endless cosmic foam. Yet beyond equations and cosmological models lies a deeper philosophical resonance. The multiverse invites us to reconsider our place in the grand tapestry of existence, not as isolated beings bound by a single timeline, but as part of an unfathomably vast ensemble of possibilities. In this ensemble, every decision branches into new realities, every event births alternative histories, every life echoes through infinite variations. This shift from viewing the cosmos as a solitary stage to seeing it as an expansive network of interconnected realms transforms our perspective on identity and destiny. It suggests that our lives are threads woven into a boundless fabric where patterns repeat and diverge endlessly. Such a vision is both humbling and exhilarating. It diminishes the tyranny of finality while amplifying the mystery of being. Moreover, this idea resonates with ancient human intuitions about parallel worlds and alternate selves found in mythologies and spiritual traditions worldwide. From shamanic journeys to tales of mirror realms, humanity has long grappled with the notion that reality may be layered or multifaceted. Modern science now provides a language to explore these intuitions rigorously without dismissing their poetic power. In practical terms, what would it mean if multiple versions of ourselves coexist across parallel universes? Could knowledge or experience traverse these boundaries? Could understanding such multiplicity enrich how we perceive choice, consequence, and morality? While current technology remains far from testing these questions directly, their implications ripple through philosophy, psychology, and even ethics. The concept also challenges our comprehension of time, not merely as a linear progression, but as a complex structure where pasts and futures intertwine in myriad ways. Time itself may branch like a vast tree whose limbs extend into countless directions, each limb representing an alternate history or future unfolding simultaneously yet separately. Within this framework lies another profound mystery, the potential existence of civilizations, ancient or advanced, that have interacted with or understood aspects of this multiversal reality long before modern science dared to imagine it. Could remnants or echoes of such civilizations be hidden within Earth's geological record or encoded in the very fabric of space-time? If so, the deep past might hold clues not only about life on Earth, but about the fundamental nature of existence across multiple realms. Archaeological findings often hint at enigmatic artifacts or structures whose origins defy straightforward explanation. Might these be traces left by entities aware of multiversal dynamics or capable of traversing different planes? This speculative documentary journey invites us to ponder not only the scientific plausibility but also the poetic grandeur embedded in the multiverse idea, a grandeur that calls upon imagination as much as intellect. It beckons us to embrace uncertainty and marvel at complexity while recognizing our ephemeral presence amid cosmic vastness. Ultimately, questioning whether infinite versions of ourselves exist elsewhere opens pathways toward deeper self-understanding and humility before mysteries too vast for definitive answers. It reminds us that each moment lived is precious precisely because it is unique in this unfolding pattern, one thread among countless others weaving the story of all that is. Thus, as science inches closer to illuminating these profound questions about reality's multiplicity, we stand at the threshold between known and unknown, between certainty and wonder, invited to explore not only outer space, but inner space, the boundless realm where identity, time, and existence intertwine beyond singularity into infinity's embrace. The roots of the multiverse idea are not merely flights of fancy or abstract philosophical musings. They emerge organically from the very fabric of modern physics. At the heart of this lies two monumental pillars: the theory of cosmic inflation and the principles of quantum mechanics. Together, they weave a narrative that stretches beyond the confines of our observable universe, suggesting a cosmos far more complex and humbling than previously imagined. Cosmic inflation, proposed in the early 1980s, revolutionized cosmology by describing a fleeting epoch of exponential expansion that occurred fractions of a second after the Big Bang. This rapid stretching smoothed out the universe, explaining its large-scale uniformity. Yet, as scientists delved deeper into inflation's mathematics, an unexpected consequence emerged: eternal inflation. Instead of a singular, finite bubble expanding into emptiness, inflation could be an ongoing process spawning countless pocket universes, each with its own distinct properties. Picture a vast cosmic ocean where bubbles endlessly form and drift apart, each bubble representing a self-contained universe with its own laws of physics and constants. Our observable universe would be but one such bubble amid an uncountable multitude. This vision fractures the notion of a single cosmos into a sprawling archipelago of realities, each isolated yet part of a grander whole. Parallel to this, quantum mechanics, the strange and often counterintuitive framework governing particles at their smallest scales, introduces another layer to this cosmic tapestry. Quantum theory tells us that particles do not have definite states until measured. Instead, they exist in superpositions, simultaneously in multiple states. The famous Schrodinger's cat thought experiment encapsulates this idea. A cat trapped in a box is both alive and dead until observed. Building on this, the many worlds interpretation posits that all possible outcomes of quantum events actually occur, but in separate, branching universes. Every quantum decision point spawns divergent realities where each possibility unfolds independently. In this sense, reality is not a single thread, but a vast tree with innumerable branches extending endlessly into alternate pasts and futures. Together, inflationary cosmology and quantum mechanics suggest that our universe is but one manifestation within an immense multiverse, a collective of realities born from physical processes rather than mere speculation. This is no longer just science fiction. It is a natural extrapolation from theories that have been rigorously tested and refined. Yet this scientific foundation opens profound philosophical vistas. If infinite universes exist, each harboring variations of Earth and versions of ourselves making different choices, what becomes of identity? What does it mean to be unique when countless selves diverge at every moment? The multiverse challenges the very notion of singular existence, inviting us to see ourselves as threads woven through an infinite fabric, each thread unique yet part of an eternal pattern. This perspective instills both awe and humility. It diminishes the sense that our lives are isolated or final, while amplifying the wonder at our ephemeral presence within an endless cosmic dance. Like droplets in an infinite ocean, we are at once insignificant and integral, a paradox that echoes through human history's spiritual and mythological traditions. Indeed, ancient cultures often conceived reality as layered or multifaceted. From shamanic journeys traversing spirit realms to myths describing mirror worlds parallel to our own, humanity has long sensed dimensions beyond immediate perception. Modern physics now offers tools to explore these intuitions rigorously without stripping away their poetic resonance. But what if this multiversal reality has been known, not just theoretically, but experientially, by civilizations predating our own? Could ancient peoples have glimpsed or interacted with these parallel worlds? Might enigmatic artifacts or unexplained ruins buried deep beneath Earth's surface be remnants of such encounters? Archaeology occasionally unearths mysteries defying straightforward explanation. Structures aligned with cosmic patterns too precise for chance, symbols whose meanings elude translation, technologies seemingly advanced beyond their era, while mainstream science often attributes these to coincidence or lost knowledge within human history's bounds. Another possibility lingers, that these are echoes or imprints left by entities aware of realities beyond our own. If so, Earth itself becomes not merely a solitary cradle for life, but a nexus point within a wider multiversal network, an intersection where different dimensions brush against one another across deep time. The geological record may hold subtle clues encoded in mineral formations or isotopic anomalies hinting at interactions spanning planes of existence. This speculative lens invites us to reconsider deep time not as a linear progression, but as a multidimensional weave where histories overlap and intertwine across realms. The fossilized bones beneath our feet might belong not only to extinct species, but also to beings straddling multiple realities, ghosts cast by universes adjacent yet inaccessible. In contemplating these possibilities, we confront fundamental questions about knowledge itself. Can experience transcend physical boundaries? Is consciousness bound exclusively to one universe, or might it ripple across many? These inquiries blur lines between physics, metaphysics, and philosophy, revealing how intertwined they truly are when probing existence's deepest layers. Ultimately, the multiverse concept expands our understanding beyond mere scale. It reshapes how we perceive time, identity, and reality itself. Time ceases to be a simple arrow pointing forward. Instead, it becomes a vast tree whose branches spread into countless directions simultaneously, each limb representing alternate histories, unfolding alongside ours, yet forever separate. Within this infinite arbor lies both comfort and challenge. Comfort in knowing that every choice leads somewhere meaningful, challenge in accepting that some answers may forever elude definitive grasp. It calls upon imagination as much as intellect, a poetic embrace of uncertainty grounded in scientific rigor. As humanity stands on the threshold between known and unknown realms, between certainty and wonder, the multiverse beckons us toward humility and curiosity alike. It reminds us that while we may be small flickers amid cosmic vastness, each flicker contributes uniquely to an endless symphony playing out across infinite stages. In this grand vision, Earth remains precious, not simply because it is unique, but because it is one expression among countless others in an ever-branching tree of being. Its deep past holds secrets not only about life's emergence, but potentially about the very structure of existence woven through space-time's fabric. Thus, contemplating the roots of the multiverse is more than an academic exercise. It is an invitation to reimagine ourselves within an extraordinary cosmos, brimming with possibility and mystery. It urges us to embrace complexity without fear, to marvel at infinity while cherishing each fleeting moment we inhabit on this pale blue dot suspended in the void. The story continues, not just outward into expanding galaxies, but inward toward understanding who we are amid endless variations on existence itself. And perhaps therein lies the greatest journey, navigating the infinite branches within ourselves as much as across space and time's vast horizons. The multiverse as a concept unfolds like an immense tree of possibilities, each branch reaching into realms that challenge the very notion of reality. But what form does this cosmic tree take? How do these countless universes arrange themselves within the vastness beyond our perception? To navigate this labyrinth, physicists and philosophers have proposed several models of the multiverse, each distinct, each compelling in its own right. Among these, three primary frameworks have emerged: the bubble universe model born from cosmic inflation, the quantum multiverse springing from the strange world of subatomic particles, and the mathematical universe hypothesis that suggests reality itself is a structure of pure mathematics. Each of these models offers a unique window into the nature of existence, yet none can claim absolute certainty. The question lingers, which one most closely reflects the fabric of our true cosmos? This inquiry does not merely probe scientific theories, but touches on the essence of what it means to be real. The first model, the bubble or pocket universe paradigm, stems from the theory of eternal inflation. Imagine an infinite cosmic ocean where inflationary energy bubbles up ceaselessly, spawning countless universes like droplets forming on the surface of a vast sea. Each bubble inflates and cools independently, developing its own physical laws and constants. Our universe is but one such bubble adrift in an unbounded foam. This vision evokes a profound image, a cosmos where every bubble is a self-contained world, isolated yet born from the same primordial source. Within some bubbles, gravity might be stronger. In others, time may flow differently. The diversity is staggering, a cosmic kaleidoscope reflecting every conceivable variation on existence. In this framework, reality becomes a mosaic of discrete realms, each a universe unto itself. Yet this raises profound philosophical questions. If each bubble universe is sealed off from others by expanding spacetime, can they truly be said to coexist in any meaningful sense? Are they parts of one grand reality, or isolated islands scattered across an unbridgeable gulf? The bubble universe model embraces plurality, but also separation, a multiverse fragmented into countless solitary worlds. Parallel to this picture lies the quantum multiverse, a construct emerging from quantum mechanics' many-worlds interpretation. Here, reality is not partitioned into separate bubbles, but branches continuously at every quantum event. Each choice made by particles, each measurement or interaction, splits the wave function into divergent paths. Thus, instead of isolated universes floating apart, there exists a vast superposition, a branching tree where every possible outcome manifests simultaneously. In this model, universes are not distant bubbles, but intertwined branches growing outwards through time itself. They share a common root in the quantum wave function, but diverge endlessly as events unfold. Every decision you make, no matter how small, creates new branches where alternate versions of you live, lives shaped by different choices. This vision carries an intimate poignancy. It suggests that multiplicity is woven into the fabric of existence at its most fundamental level, that reality is not singular, but inherently pluralistic and dynamic. The quantum multiverse paints a cosmos alive with infinite variations arising moment by moment within an interconnected whole. Finally, there stands the mathematical universe hypothesis, a bold and abstract idea championed by thinkers like Max Tegmark. This hypothesis posits that all mathematical structures exist physically, that is, every coherent mathematical system corresponds to a real universe. Our own physical world is but one such structure within an infinite ensemble encompassing all possible mathematical realities. Here, existence itself becomes synonymous with mathematics, a realm where numbers and equations are not mere descriptions, but the substance of reality itself. Under this view, every logically consistent universe exists out there in an abstract Platonic realm, waiting to be discovered or inhabited. This model challenges deeply held intuitions about what it means to be real. It dissolves boundaries between physics and mathematics and suggests that our universe's laws arise not from chance but necessity, as inevitable manifestations of underlying mathematical truths. Yet which among these models aligns closest with our actual cosmos? This remains one of science's most tantalizing mysteries. Each framework springs from compelling theoretical grounds yet eludes definitive empirical confirmation. The bubble universe concept derives from well-established inflationary theory, yet faces hurdles in direct observation due to causal disconnection between bubbles. The quantum multiverse arises naturally from interpretations of quantum mechanics, but remains controversial and philosophically challenging, inviting questions about observer roles and ontological commitments. The mathematical universe hypothesis pushes even further into abstraction-provoking debate over whether mathematical existence equates to physical existence or remains purely conceptual. Despite these uncertainties, each model profoundly reshapes how humanity contemplates its place in the cosmos. Together they dissolve the comforting illusion of singularity, inviting us instead to embrace complexity and multiplicity as fundamental traits of existence. In this unfolding panorama, Earth's deep history takes on new shades of meaning. If multiple universes exist, some perhaps bearing subtle echoes or variations of our own world, the story etched into Earth's geological strata might intertwine with realities beyond immediate perception. Could ancient civilizations have glimpsed or interacted with other branches or bubbles? Might enigmatic artifacts buried beneath layers of sediment be remnants left behind by entities aware of or capable of? Traversing this vast multiversal expanse, the notion stretches imagination while inviting sober reflection. If our cosmos is but one facet within an infinite ensemble, then our history may contain whispers from beyond conventional understanding, subtle signatures encoded within mineral deposits, or isotopic anomalies hinting at interactions spanning dimensions. Moreover, these multiverse frameworks compel reconsideration of time itself, not as linear progression, but as a sprawling network, branching endlessly into alternate pasts and futures. Time ceases to be a single arrow marching forward. It becomes a forest with countless paths diverging simultaneously. Within such temporal landscapes lie profound implications for identity and consciousness. Are we confined solely to one branch or bubble, or might awareness ripple across multiple realities? Could memories or experiences transcend boundaries that physics currently deems impassable, while answers remain elusive? Such questions propel inquiry beyond traditional science toward metaphysics and philosophy, reminding us that human understanding dwells forever at the horizon between knowledge and mystery. In embracing these visions, the bubble universe is floating apart like cosmic islands, the quantum branches unfolding intimately. Through time, the infinite mathematical structures embodying all possibility, we find ourselves humbled before vastness both external and internal. Our existence becomes simultaneously insignificant, a fleeting flicker amid infinite realms, and profoundly meaningful as unique expressions woven into an endless cosmic symphony. Ultimately, pondering which multiverse model best reflects reality invites more than intellectual curiosity. It calls for openness, to wonder and acceptance of uncertainty. It urges us to cherish each moment as singular while recognizing it as part of an infinite unfolding pattern stretching beyond comprehension. Thus, standing at this threshold between known and unknown, humanity embarks on its greatest journey, not only outward across galaxies, but inward toward understanding existence's deepest layers, where physics meets philosophy, where time branches like ancient trees, where reality's multiplicity beckons us to imagine anew who we are amid infinity's embrace. If every choice we make, no matter how trivial or monumental, spawns a new branch in the sprawling cosmic tree, then somewhere in the vast expanse of possibility, countless versions of ourselves live out lives both familiar and utterly foreign. This idea that multiple versions of us exist simultaneously across an infinite tapestry of realities is as unsettling as it is profound. It beckons us to peer beyond the veil of our singular experience and imagine the kaleidoscope of selves diverging at every fork in the road. To grasp this, one must first relinquish the comforting illusion that identity is fixed, linear, and unique. Instead, identity becomes fluid, a ripple across an ocean of potentialities where each wave carries a distinct echo of who we might be. The very notion of self fractures into myriad reflections, some nearly identical, others wildly different, each shaped by alternate decisions, circumstances, or even chance quantum fluctuations. Consider a simple moment, choosing whether to take a left or right turn on an unremarkable street. In our everyday experience, this choice feels singular and definitive. We walk down one path and leave the other unexplored. Yet, in the multiverse framework, both paths are taken, but by different versions of ourselves inhabiting parallel universes. One self embraces the left turn, encountering one set of experiences. Another ventures right, stepping into an entirely distinct sequence of events. Multiply this branching endlessly across every decision point, the mundane and the momentous, and the resulting number of selves becomes unfathomable. Each one lives a life shaped by subtle or radical differences, perhaps a version who pursued a forgotten dream, another who never met a certain person, yet another who took a chance that changed their destiny entirely. These alternate selves may celebrate triumphs we never tasted or endure hardships we avoided. Their joys and sorrows unfold simultaneously yet separately from our own. This multiplicity challenges how we conceive time itself. Rather than a single arrow marching inexorably forward, time resembles a boundless tree whose branches stretch infinitely in all directions, some leading to futures similar to ours, others diverging into realms beyond imagination. Past events, too, may split into alternative histories where outcomes differ, creating parallel timelines that coexist alongside our own. In this vast temporal forest, what anchors us? Is there an essential core that persists through all these variations? Or are we merely one thread among countless others, unique only in this particular weave but replicated endlessly elsewhere? These questions touch upon the heart of consciousness and identity, probing whether selfhood is singular or inherently plural. Philosophers have long wrestled with these dilemmas under various guises, the ship of Theseus paradox questioning whether an object remains itself after all parts are replaced, thought experiments exploring personal identity's persistence through change, and Eastern philosophies embracing notions of non-self and interconnectedness. The multiverse hypothesis adds a new dimension, literally, to these ancient inquiries by suggesting that versions of ourselves not only change over time, but simultaneously exist across divergent realities. What does this mean for responsibility and morality? If every choice spawns alternate selves living out different consequences, how do we reconcile accountability? Some interpretations suggest that each version is autonomous within its universe's context. Others ponder whether awareness might transcend individual branches, creating a collective self-aware of its manifold existence. While such speculation drifts beyond empirical science into metaphysics, it resonates deeply with human intuition and mythic traditions. Across cultures and epochs, stories abound about parallel worlds and alternate selves, mirror realms inhabited by doppelgangers, dreams revealing hidden realities, spiritual journeys crossing dimensional thresholds. These narratives capture an instinctive sense that reality is layered and multifaceted, a concept modern physics now tentatively supports through multiverse theories. Moreover, contemplating multiple versions of ourselves invites humility and wonder. It diminishes the ego's claim to uniqueness while magnifying life's richness as an interplay among infinite possibilities. Our individual struggles gain new meaning when seen as one thread woven into an expansive cosmic fabric where countless others dance in parallel patterns. Yet this vision also evokes existential poignancy. If somewhere else exists a self who made different choices, perhaps one who avoided tragedy or achieved greatness, we confront feelings of loss or longing for paths not taken. The knowledge that innumerable alternatives unfold without us can be both comforting and disquieting, a reminder that life's preciousness lies not in certainty but in fleeting uniqueness amid infinity. Intriguingly, some scientific perspectives hint at subtle connections among these divergent selves. Quantum entanglement suggests particles remain linked across distances. Could consciousness exhibit analogous phenomena across universes? While speculative and lacking direct evidence, such ideas spark imagination about potential bridges between realities, perhaps glimpses caught in déjà vu moments or intuition's whisperings. At an even grander scale, if countless Earths exist, each hosting versions of humanity living divergent histories, the very story of civilization gains new complexity. What if ancient cultures glimpsed these parallel worlds? Could myths about gods visiting from other realms encode memories of interdimensional contact? Might unexplained artifacts reflect knowledge derived from awareness beyond our universe? Archaeological mysteries, structures aligned with celestial phenomena too precise for coincidence, symbols defying translation, technologies seemingly ahead of their time invite open-minded inquiry into whether traces exist, hinting at interactions with multiversal dimensions. Although mainstream science often attributes such enigmas to lost human ingenuity or natural chance, the possibility lingers that Earth itself serves as a nexus where realities brush against each other through deep time. In this speculative landscape, deep time transformed from linear chronology into multidimensional layering where epochs overlap, like palimpsests bearing inscriptions from countless worlds. Fossils might represent not only extinct species but echoes cast by beings straddling multiple realities, a haunting testament to existence's complexity beneath surface appearances. Ultimately, embracing the idea of multiple versions of ourselves scattered across infinite branches calls for profound philosophical reflection. It challenges assumptions about singularity while enriching understanding of identity as dynamic flux embedded within cosmic multiplicity. It invites us to find meaning not despite uncertainty but through it, to cherish each moment as uniquely ours even as it unfolds, amid eternal variation. In facing this vastness where countless yous live lives both known and unknowable, we glimpse humanity's enduring quest to comprehend who we truly are within reality's boundless expanse. This journey transcends science alone. It touches art, spirituality, and philosophy alike, fields united by their shared desire to explore existence's depths. As we stand on this threshold between singular experience and infinite possibility, we are reminded that life's beauty emerges precisely because it is transient and rare, a fleeting flicker amidst endless stars, shining with ultimate self's light. Each decision ripples outward like pebbles dropped into cosmic waters. Each choice births new worlds unseen yet intimately connected. Thus, contemplating these countless versions encourages humility, not surrendering to nihilism but embracing wonder at being part of something immeasurably greater than ourselves. It teaches acceptance, that while we cannot inhabit every branch nor know every path taken elsewhere, we can fully inhabit this moment here and now with gratitude and presence. In this grand mosaic woven from infinite threads of existence, every self matters, not solely for its isolated journey, but as integral note within the symphony playing eternally across dimensions unseen. The multiverse thus becomes more than theory. It is an invitation to reimagine identity as expansive rather than fixed, fluid rather than static, interconnected rather than isolated. And so the story continues, not just outward toward galaxies yet unexplored, but inward toward understanding selfhood's infinite facets shimmering beneath consciousness's surface. In embracing multiplicity within unity lies perhaps humanity's greatest challenge and its deepest hope, that amid countless versions scattered across realities unknown stands one truth, undeniable. Each life lived is singularly precious in this unfolding cosmic dance without end. If the multiverse unfolds as an endless forest of branching realities, then how might one glimpse its hidden pathways? Could there be traces, subtle fingerprints left behind, that reveal the existence of other universes touching ours in ways yet undetected? Among the most tantalizing avenues of exploration lies the cosmic microwave background, CMB, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang itself stretching across the sky like a ghostly veil. This primordial radiation, a relic from when the universe was but 380,000 years old, holds within it the encoded history of cosmic infancy, a record that might whisper secrets about realms beyond our own. Scientists have long regarded the CMB as a cosmic Rosetta Stone, unlocking clues about the universe's birth and evolution. But beyond confirming the Big Bang's broad strokes, some researchers have dared to look deeper, searching for anomalies, peculiar patterns or distortions that could hint at encounters between our universe and others. The idea is as bold as it is beautiful. If multiple bubble universes exist within an eternal inflationary sea, perhaps their boundaries have collided in the distant past, leaving subtle scars in this ancient radiation. These collisions would not be cataclysmic in any conventional sense. Rather, they would imprint delicate irregularities, circular patterns, or temperature fluctuations that stand out against the otherwise smooth CMB landscape. Detecting such signatures requires extraordinary precision and statistical rigor. Over decades, satellites like COBE, WMA-MAP, and Planck have mapped the CMB with increasing resolution, offering an unprecedented window into the early cosmos. Yet despite exhaustive analyses, definitive evidence for bubble collisions remains elusive. Some anomalies have surfaced, cold spots or concentric rings that spark debate and intrigue among cosmologists. Are these genuine echoes of multiversal contact, or mere artifacts born from random fluctuations or instrumental noise? The answer remains unsettled, residing at the boundary between hopeful speculation and cautious skepticism. This quest reveals much about humanity's yearning to pierce the cosmic veil, to find tangible proof that our universe is not alone, but part of a grander ensemble. The search for these collision signatures embodies a profound tension between the limits imposed by observation and the vastness suggested by theory, between empirical restraint and imaginative daring. The very concept of bubble collisions arises naturally from eternal inflation theory. In this framework, space inflates exponentially everywhere except within bubbles where inflation ends and standard physics takes hold. These bubbles expand at near light speed, and while most remain isolated, occasional collisions are predicted as neighboring bubbles bump against one another. Such events could influence local conditions inside each bubble, altering density fluctuations or seeding unusual temperature variations observable today. If found, these collision imprints would revolutionize cosmology. They would transform multiverse ideas from philosophical musings into testable science, anchoring abstract theories within empirical reality. The implications ripple far beyond physics. Confirming other universes' existence would reshape our understanding of origin and uniqueness. It would demand new frameworks for identity and meaning amid an infinite cosmic ensemble. But what if these signs remain forever hidden? The nature of cosmic horizons, the limits imposed by light speed and expansion, may forever shield us from direct contact with other bubbles. Their boundaries might lie eternally beyond our observational reach, rendering multiverse realities metaphysical curiosities rather than scientific certainties. This possibility invites reflection on epistemological humility. Just as deep time dwarfs human history into insignificance, so too might cosmic scales confine our knowledge to a narrow island amid boundless seas. Our instruments, no matter how sophisticated, are constrained by fundamental physical laws and cosmic geometry. Yet even without conclusive detection, pondering these possibilities enriches our perspective on existence's fragility and grandeur. The CMB's faint glow reminds us that we inhabit a universe shaped by primordial forces stretching back billions of years. A universe whose very fabric may bear silent witness to encounters with realities beyond comprehension. Moreover, this pursuit connects intimately with humanity's enduring fascination with boundaries between worlds known and unknown. between self and other, between finite experience and infinite possibility. Searching for multiverse collisions in ancient radiation parallels mythic quests to bridge realms, crossing thresholds where stories merge with science, where imagination entwines with observation. Intriguingly, some researchers speculate that anomalies in the CMB might also relate to phenomena within our own universe, such as large-scale voids or unexplained temperature gradients, rather than inter-universal interactions. This duality underscores how deeply intertwined observation and interpretation are, how mysteries may harbor multiple explanations ranging from mundane to extraordinary. Beyond physical measurements lies a subtler dimension. What does it mean for human consciousness if we dwell in a cosmos punctuated by multiple universes? How does knowing, or merely contemplating the possibility of other bubbles, affect our sense of place? The CMB becomes more than radiation. It transforms into a symbol, a cosmic canvas upon which we project hopes for connection beyond isolation. In this light, scientific endeavors searching for collision signatures echo ancient human impulses, gazing at stars, wondering if others gaze back, listening to whispers carried across vast distances, hoping for response, tracing patterns in chaos, seeking meaning amid randomness. Despite current uncertainties, technological advances promise ever sharper probes into cosmic origins. Future missions may refine measurements or uncover novel phenomena, offering fresh clues. Even null results serve as guideposts, shaping theories toward greater coherence and inspiring new questions about reality's architecture. Thus unfolds a narrative both scientific and poetic, a story where meticulous data analysis meets profound existential inquiry, where photons, streaming since time's dawn, carry messages that may never fully reveal themselves but nonetheless beckon us onward. Ultimately, whether or not clear evidence of bubble collisions emerges, their pursuit exemplifies humanity's remarkable capacity to imagine realities far beyond immediate experience, to reach outward into cosmic depths while reflecting inward upon mysteries of identity and existence. In contemplating traces within the cosmic microwave background, the faintest echoes from epochs unimaginably distant, we confront paradoxes at reality's edge, glimpsing both unity and multiplicity, singular origin and infinite branching, transient flickers amid eternal vastness. The search continues, not merely for scientific validation, but as an expression of wonder itself, a testament to minds reaching beyond horizons visible, hearts yearning for connection amid solitude, spirits navigating deep time's labyrinth toward understanding who we are in a cosmos possibly teeming with unseen worlds. And so, beneath that faint glow suffusing the night sky, the after-image of creation, we find ourselves humbled yet inspired, small witnesses to grandeur unfolding across dimensions unknown, seekers tracing patterns etched in ancient light, explorers poised on thresholds where knowledge meets mystery. For in every photon reaching Earth today lies a question suspended between certainty and possibility, a question inviting us to imagine that somewhere beyond sight exists another bubble universe touching ours softly through time's fabric, a neighbor just out of reach whose story intertwines subtly with our own in ways we have yet to fathom. Quantum mechanics, with all its enigmatic intricacies, has forever challenged humanity's understanding of reality. Among its many paradoxes and revelations, one of the most profound is the notion that reality itself may not be singular, but a vast, branching forest of possibilities. This idea finds its most compelling articulation in the many worlds interpretation proposed by physicist Hugh Everett in 1957. Everett's radical insight was that every quantum event, the flicker of a particle here, the spin of an electron there, does not resolve into a single outcome, but rather splits the universe into multiple, coexisting realities where each possibility unfolds. In this framework, the universe is not a single thread, but an immense tree with countless branches extending in all directions. Every decision, every interaction, every quantum fluctuation births new universes, parallel worlds running alongside our own, each as real and vivid as the one we inhabit. This concept shatters the classical view of a unique, objective reality and replaces it with a boundless multiverse, a reverse or forest of universes intertwined yet separate, forever diverging. To grasp the magnitude of this vision requires stepping beyond everyday experience into a realm where certainty dissolves into probability and existence multiplies infinitely. Imagine Schrödinger's famous thought experiment. A cat sealed within a box is simultaneously alive and dead until observed. Everett's interpretation takes this literally, not as mere ambiguity or ignorance, but as actual coexistence. In one universe, the cat lives, in another, it dies. Both outcomes are realized, each within its own branch of the cosmic wave function. This multiplicity is not limited to feline fate, but extends to every quantum event shaping reality's fabric. The position of particles, the outcome of measurements, even macroscopic events, each forks into myriad paths. Consequently, what we perceive as the singular flow of time is but one strand among countless others woven through an infinite tapestry. The philosophical implications are staggering. If every possible outcome exists somewhere in this multiversal expanse, what does it mean for identity, for free will, for causality? The self ceases to be a monolithic entity progressing linearly through time. Instead, it becomes a fractal pattern diffusing across divergent worlds, each version living out alternate histories shaped by different choices or chance. Such reflections evoke both awe and humility. On one hand, they dissolve the illusion that our lives are singularly unique or final. On the other, they amplify the mystery that consciousness and existence persist amid infinite variation. We become not solitary actors on a fixed stage, but dancers in an endless ballet choreographed by quantum possibility. Everett's many worlds interpretation also reframes our understanding of time itself. Rather than a straight arrow piercing through past to future, time becomes a sprawling arboreal structure with branches sprouting endlessly from every moment. Each branch embodies an alternate timeline where events unfold differently, some subtly altered, others radically transformed. This temporal forest challenges deeply ingrained intuitions about causation and history. If all outcomes exist simultaneously yet separately, then history is not fixed but fluid, a kaleidoscope of parallel narratives weaving together the cosmic story. Our memories and experiences anchor us to one branch, yet beyond perception lies an unfathomable expanse where every choice blooms into new realities beyond pure theory. Everett's concept resonates with ancient human intuitions about layered realities and parallel worlds. Mythologies across cultures speak of shadow realms mirroring our own. Spiritual traditions describe journeys traversing invisible dimensions. Folklore tells tales of doppelgangers inhabiting alternate existences. These narratives echo the multiverse's poetic grandeur, a realm where science and imagination entwine. But might this quantum multiverse hold clues beyond abstraction? Could remnants or imprints from parallel realities be hidden within Earth's deep past? Geological strata, layered over billions of years, might conceal subtle anomalies hinting at interactions between universes, a faint signature woven into mineral patterns or isotopic distributions. Moreover, enigmatic archaeological artifact structures whose precision defies known ancient technologies, symbols whose meanings elude translation, relics seemingly out of place or time, invite speculation about knowledge transcending conventional history. Could such mysteries be traces left by beings aware of multiversal dynamics or capable of crossing dimensional boundaries? If so, Earth transforms from a solitary cradle of life into a nexus point within a vast multiversal network, a crossroads where realities brush against one another across deep time. The fossil record might contain echoes not only of extinct species, but also vestiges cast by entities straddling multiple realms, a haunting testament to existence's profound complexity beneath surface appearances. In contemplating these possibilities, humanity confronts fundamental questions about consciousness itself. Is awareness confined to one universe, or does it ripple across many? Can memory or experience transcend physical boundaries? These inquiries blur lines between physics and metaphysics, between empirical knowledge and philosophical wonder. The many worlds interpretation thus expands not only scientific horizons but also enriches existential reflection. It invites embracing uncertainty and multiplicity as intrinsic aspects of reality rather than anomalies to be resolved. It encourages perceiving life as one thread among infinite others, each precious precisely because it is unique within this vast, unfolding pattern. As humanity stands at the precipice between known science and speculative possibility, Everett's vision offers both challenge and solace. It challenges notions of absolute identity and fixed destiny, while offering solace in recognizing that existence is richer and more expansive than ever imagined. Within this cosmic forest, Earth's deep history gains new resonance, not merely as a linear chronicle, but as part of an interwoven multiversal saga where pasts overlap and futures diverge endlessly. Our planet becomes more than pale blue dot. It emerges as a luminous node amid infinite branching realities, a fragile sanctuary, hosting life amid eternal flux. Ultimately, Hugh Everett's principle compels us to reconsider what it means to be real, to inhabit time, to choose. It beckons us toward humility before mysteries too vast for definitive answers, and toward wonder at being part of an infinite ensemble where every possibility finds expression somewhere beyond sight. In this grand vision lies perhaps humanity's greatest journey, navigating not only outward toward cosmic horizons, but inward toward understanding identity's infinite facets shimmering beneath consciousness' surface, a journey embracing multiplicity within unity amid the ceaseless dance of worlds without end. 7. Philosophical paradoxes, the enigma of infinite selves and free will, the notion of infinite copies of oneself scattered across. An endless multiverse ignites a profound philosophical inquiry. What, then, becomes of free will? If countless versions of you exist, each living divergent life shaped by every conceivable decision, does choice retain its meaning? Or is it merely an illusion cast by the narrow lens of a single branch in an immense cosmic tree? At the heart of this paradox lies the tension between determinism and autonomy. Traditional views hold free will as the capacity to choose among alternatives, to shape one's destiny through conscious decisions. Yet, if every possible choice is realized somewhere, if every path forks endlessly into new realities, then freedom seems both omnipresent and nullified simultaneously. Each decision is made, none are forgone. The agency once attributed to the individual dissolves into a vast ensemble of selves, each enacting a different script authored by circumstance or chance. This multiplicity forces a reconsideration of what self truly means. Is the self a singular, unchanging entity progressing linearly through time? Or is it better understood as a dynamic pattern, a constellation of moments, memories, and potentials that unfolds uniquely in each universe, yet repeats infinitely in variations? If infinite copies exist, each you is simultaneously unique and replicated, distinct yet connected by origin and essence. The question deepens when considering consciousness. Does awareness reside solely within one particular branch, or might it span multiple realities? Could there be a higher order self perceiving the totality of these divergent lives, a meta-consciousness transcending individual universes? While such ideas venture beyond empirical science into metaphysical speculation, they resonate with ancient philosophical traditions that conceive of identity as fluid and expansive rather than fixed. Moreover, the existence of infinite selves challenges notions of responsibility and morality. If every possible action is taken somewhere, can any choice be deemed right or wrong universally? Does accountability fragment alongside identity? Some argue that responsibility remains intact within each universe's context, each self accountable for its own actions, while others speculate about a collective ethical framework embracing all branches. This philosophical labyrinth echoes long-standing human struggles with fate and freedom. It invites humility, acknowledging that certainty may be beyond reach, that our lives are threads woven into an infinite tapestry whose full pattern eludes us. Yet it also inspires wonder at existence's richness, a dance where every possibility finds expression somewhere amid infinity's embrace. 8. Images in culture and art, mirrors reflecting multiversal realities. Throughout history, humanity has sought to grapple with questions of identity, choice, and existence through culture and art domains where abstract ideas find tangible form and emotional resonance. The concept of multiple selves existing simultaneously across parallel realities has long permeated mythologies, literature, visual arts, and performance, reflecting deep-seated intuitions about reality's layered nature. In mythic narratives worldwide, tales abound of shadow worlds mirroring our own, a realm where doppelgangers roam or spirits traverse unseen dimensions. These stories often explore themes of duality and multiplicity, light and dark selves, known and hidden identities, destinies entwined across worlds. Such motifs echo modern multiverse ideas with uncanny prescience, suggesting that human imagination has long intuited layers beyond immediate perception. Literature has been especially fertile ground for exploring alternate selves and realities, from Jorge Luis Borges' labyrinthine stories where mirrors open portals to parallel worlds to Philip K. Dick's speculative fiction probing fractured identities across timelines. Authors have used narrative as a prism refracting multiversal possibilities. These works do not merely entertain but invite readers into reflective journeys, questioning what it means to be singular amidst multiplicity. Visual arts similarly engage with these themes. Surrealist painters conjure dreamscapes where boundaries between selves dissolve, contemporary digital art experiments with fractal patterns symbolizing infinite branching. Installations immerse viewers in environments evoking parallel existences. Through color, form, and space, artists evoke sensations akin to stepping between realities, tangible glimpses into the multiverse's poetic grandeur. Performance arts, from theater to dance, embody multiplicity through enactment. Actors assume multiple roles simultaneously. Choreography weaves interlacing narratives unfolding in overlapping temporalities. Immersive experiences invite participants to inhabit alternate perspectives. These practices make abstract concepts palpable, transforming philosophical speculation into lived sensation. Beyond artistic media lies cultural symbolism encoded in ritual and tradition. Practices invoking trance states or visionary journeys often aim to transcend singular identity, to merge with collective or cosmic selves spanning dimensions. Such rites echo scientific multiverse notions metaphorically. Reality as manifold, selfhood as fluid, existence as interconnected web rather than isolated point. Artistic engagement with multiverse themes serves vital functions beyond reflection. It fosters empathy by revealing otherness. Within selfhood, cultivates humility by confronting vastness beyond human scale, inspires creativity by embracing uncertainty as fertile ground rather than void. Through culture and art, humanity negotiates its place amid complexity, finding meaning not despite but because of infinite possibility. Furthermore, these cultural expressions provide bridges connecting scientific theory with lived experience. While physics formulates multiverse models in mathematical language, art translates them into sensory languages accessible to emotion and intuition. This synthesis enriches understanding by weaving intellect with feeling, science with soul. In contemplating Earth's deep time against this cultural backdrop, we perceive a profound continuity, from ancient myths whispering of shadow realms to modern narratives exploring quantum branching, from primordial rituals seeking unity beyond self to digital artworks visualizing infinite patterns. The human impulse to fathom multiplicity endures. Ultimately, culture and art become mirrors, reflecting humanity's quest to comprehend itself amid boundless variation, to articulate the ineffable paradox of being singular yet manifold, finite yet infinite, transient yet eternal within multiversal vastness. In this interplay between cosmos and creativity lies hope, that through stories told and images crafted we may approach deeper truths, not definitive answers, but resonant insights, illuminating our fragile presence on this pale blue dot, spinning silently amid infinity's dance. Thus concludes this chapter of contemplation, not an end, but a threshold inviting further exploration where philosophy meets imagination, science meets spirit, self meets other, and where every reflection hints at worlds unseen yet intimately entwined, with our own unfolding story across time's endless branches. 9. The tools of science, machines bridging the cosmic divide. If the multiverse is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a tangible reality, a sprawling expanse of parallel realms and infinite possibilities, then how might humanity, confined to a single universe and moment, begin to glimpse beyond its veil? The answer lies not in mere speculation, but in the relentless ingenuity of scientific endeavor. The machines crafted by human hands, instruments designed to pry open the doors of perception and extend senses into realms inaccessible to naked eyes. These tools, telescopes scanning the heavens, particle accelerators smashing matter into fragments, detectors listening for whispers from the cosmos, are humanity's emissaries into deep time and vast space. They translate abstract theories into measurable phenomena. They transform philosophical wonder into empirical pursuit. Through these machines, science seeks to bridge the yawning chasm between what is known and what might be. Consider the enormous telescopes that peer across cosmic distances, capturing photons emitted billions of years ago, light traveling through voids so immense that it bends our comprehension of time itself. Instruments like the Hubble Space Telescope and its successor, the James Webb Space Telescope, do more than photograph distant galaxies. They reconstruct the universe's infancy, mapping structures whose formation depends on fundamental physical constants. In their data lie subtle clues that might betray the influence of other universes, signatures imprinted during cosmic inflation or collisions with neighboring bubble universes. Yet telescopes are but one part of this vast scientific arsenal. Deep beneath Earth's surface, particle accelerators like the Large Hadron Collider recreate conditions mirroring fractions of a second after the Big Bang. By accelerating particles close to light speed and orchestrating high-energy collisions, these machines reveal nature's fundamental building blocks, the quarks, leptons, and bosons composing all matter and forces. Within these interactions may lie hints of dimensions beyond our familiar three-dimensional space or manifestations of exotic particles predicted by string theory, particles whose properties could point toward multiversal architectures. Beyond accelerators, gravitational wave observatories such as LIGO and Virgo listen for ripples in space-time caused by cataclysmic cosmic events merging black holes or neutron stars colliding in distant galaxies. These waves carry information unfiltered by intervening matter or radiation, offering pristine glimpses into extreme physics. Some theorists speculate that particular gravitational wave signatures might arise from interactions between universes or from primordial fluctuations seeded during multiverse genesis, signals that current detectors may one day discern. Moreover, quantum computing devices open new frontiers for simulating complex quantum systems, systems so intricate that classical computers falter. By harnessing quantum bit superposition and entanglement properties, these machines promise insights into quantum gravity and space-time's fabric itself. Understanding these domains could illuminate how universes branch or connect within a multiversal framework. Our machines are not merely extensions of human senses, they embody a profound epistemological shift. They force us to confront reality's layers hidden beneath everyday experience, to accept that what we observe directly is but a sliver amid an ocean of phenomena accessible only through indirect inference and sophisticated interpretation. In this way, machines become translators between nature's subtle language and human comprehension. Yet these instruments also confront limits intrinsic to physical law. Cosmic horizons confine observation. Uncertainty principles restrict measurement. Precision, noise, and background signals obscure faint traces. The very fabric of space-time may conceal phenomena forever beyond reach, a reminder that knowledge is both empowered and constrained by nature's architecture. This duality imbues scientific machinery with poetic symbolism. Humanity's striving for understanding is simultaneously triumphant and humbled, a dance between curiosity's flame and reality's shadows. Each new discovery opens vistas while revealing further mysteries. Each technological advance extends reach yet exposes boundaries. Furthermore, these tools serve as collective memory vessels spanning generations, repositories where data accumulate like sedimentary layers encoding cosmic history. Future innovations may unlock patterns imperceptible today, enabling cross-temporal dialogues where insights ripple across decades or centuries. In contemplating Earth's deep past through this lens, one envisions geological epochs recorded not only in rock strata but mirrored metaphorically in data sets, archives where ancient processes intersect with modern inquiry. The machines probing atomic nuclei echo processes shaping elements forged in stellar furnaces eons ago. Telescopes observing distant galaxies capture light emitted when Earth itself was nascent dust swirling around a young sun. Thus, scientific instruments weave temporal threads linking past to present, microcosm to macrocosm, a continuum where understanding evolves alongside technology's march. Beyond empirical function, machines also challenge human imagination and philosophy. They prompt reflection on what it means to observe reality mediated by apparatus, on how objectivity arises amid complex interactions between observer, instrument, and phenomenon, on the role of creativity in designing experiments capable of testing ideas bordering on metaphysics. In this interplay lies an essential truth. Science is not detached calculation, but deeply human endeavor. A quest fueled by wonder, perseverance, and humility before cosmos's vastness. As humanity continues refining its instruments, building ever more sensitive detectors, constructing larger arrays spanning continents or orbiting planets, the boundary between known universe and multiversal speculation narrows incrementally. While direct contact with parallel worlds remains elusive, indirect evidence may accumulate. Anomalies hinting at underlying structures, statistical deviations suggesting hidden dimensions, unexpected correlations pointing toward interconnected realities. Each machine thus becomes a beacon illuminating darkness, a testament to human resolve to transcend limitations imposed by frailty and finitude. In embracing these tools as extensions of mind and spirit, we affirm a fundamental aspect of our nature. the insatiable desire to explore beyond immediate confines, to seek meaning amid vastness, to find coherence amid complexity, to glimpse unity amid multiplicity. The story told by these machines intertwines with narratives etched in Earth's ancient rocks, the fossilized imprints of life forms long vanished, mineral compositions shaped by cosmic events, isotopic ratios bearing witness to astrophysical phenomena predating humanity itself. Together they compose a symphony blending deep time with cutting-edge science, a harmony resonating across scales unimaginable yet intimately connected. Ultimately, machinery bridges gaps not only spatial but conceptual between theory and observation, between possibility and actuality, between the infinite expanse of multiverses hypothesized and the singular vantage point occupied. This synthesis invites us to reconsider our place not as passive observers confined within narrow horizons, but as active participants weaving knowledge through interaction with nature's fabric. It calls upon imagination tempered by rigor, intuition guided by evidence, aspiration grounded in reality's constraints. Thus continues humanity's grand odyssey, not merely outward toward distant stars nor inward toward consciousness's depths, but through instruments embodying both curiosity and discipline, tools that transform wonder into understanding while preserving mystery as catalyst for further exploration. In this dance between machine and mind unfolds a paradox central to existence itself, that through constructs born from finite hands we may touch infinity's edges, that within circuits humming softly beneath sterile laboratory lights beats an echo of cosmos's boundless song, a song inviting us ever onward toward horizons where science meets poetry, knowledge embraces mystery, and reality reveals its infinite facets shimmering just beyond grasp. 10. The multiverse and the holographic universe, unveiling the cosmic veil in the ceaseless quest to comprehend the cosmos. Science has not only peered outward into the vastness of space and backward through deep time, but also ventured into realms where reality itself bends and blurs. The multiverse, with its infinite branching realities, challenges our very conception of existence. Yet, alongside this grand tapestry emerges another profound idea, that our universe might be a hologram, a projection of deeper, more fundamental information encoded on a distant boundary. This convergence of multiverse theory and holographic principles beckons us to reconsider the nature of space, time, and reality itself. The notion that our three-dimensional universe might be a hologram finds its roots in black hole physics and string theory. Decades ago, physicists wrestled with paradoxes arising from black holes, regions where gravity is so intense that nothing escapes, not even light. Stephen Hawking's work on black hole radiation unveiled a troubling conundrum. Information about matter falling into a black hole seemed to vanish, violating fundamental quantum laws, asserting information's conservation. To resolve this puzzle, theorists proposed the holographic principle, an audacious hypothesis suggesting that all information contained within a volume of space can be represented as encoded data on that space's two-dimensional boundary. Imagine a cosmic hologram where the three-dimensional world we perceive is akin to a projection from a distant surface. Our perceived reality, including space and time, emerges from more fundamental degrees of freedom encoded elsewhere. This principle finds mathematical rigor in the ADAS-CFT correspondence, a duality discovered in string theory relating a gravitational universe, anti-de Sitter space, to a quantum field theory defined on its boundary without gravity. Though our universe does not precisely match this geometry, the correspondence hints at a profound unity between gravity and quantum mechanics and suggests that spacetime itself might be emergent rather than fundamental. How does this holographic view intersect with the multiverse? If each universe within the multiverse is a distinct bubble or branch with its own physical laws, could each arise as a holographic projection from underlying informational substrates? This perspective reframes multiversal diversity not as an infinite collection of isolated realities floating independently, but as manifestations encoded in patterns of information at deeper levels of existence. Consider the cosmic microwave background, the ancient afterglow of creation, as a kind of holographic imprint, bearing subtle patterns reflecting not only local physics but also entanglements with broader cosmological structures. If our universe is holographically encoded, then perhaps other bubbles or branches are likewise projections emerging from shared foundational frameworks, entwined in ways yet to be deciphered. Yet embracing this view demands humility before profound mysteries. The boundary where information is stored may lie beyond observable horizons, the mechanisms translating encoded data into. Emergent space-time remain elusive. Consciousness itself may be woven into this informational fabric in ways science has barely begun to fathom. The holographic principle also challenges intuitive notions of locality and separability. If reality arises from informational codes inscribed on boundaries rather than from intrinsic properties within volumes, then distance and separation might be emergent illusions. This resonates intriguingly with quantum entanglement, where particles exhibit correlations regardless of spatial separation, suggesting that at fundamental levels reality is interconnected beyond classical constraints. In tandem with multiverse concepts, holography invites reconsideration of identity and existence. If every universe is an informational pattern projected from deeper substrates, then cells across branches or bubbles may share roots far beneath apparent divergence. The multiplicity of worlds becomes an intricate dance of encoded possibilities, a symphony orchestrated by underlying codes whose language transcends conventional space-time. From an epistemological standpoint, these ideas underscore limits inherent in observation and measurement. Our instruments capture shadows cast by these profound structures, yet full comprehension may forever elude direct access. This tension echoes ancient philosophical wisdom. Reality's ultimate nature remains veiled behind layers accessible only through inference, imagination, and metaphor. Moreover, the holographic multiverse opens speculative vistas about consciousness and perception. Could awareness itself be an emergent phenomenon arising from informational substrates? Might consciousness traverse or access multiple projections simultaneously? While such questions hover at science's frontier and philosophy's edge, they deepen inquiry into what it means to be amid infinite unfolding patterns. The synthesis of multiverse theory and holographic principles thus represents more than theoretical physics. It embodies humanity striving to grasp reality's deepest essence. It bridges scales from subatomic quanta to cosmic expanses. It melds mathematics with metaphysics. It unites empirical rigor with poetic wonder. In contemplating Earth's deep past through this lens, one perceives not only geological epochs, but layers of informational history inscribed within space-time's fabric. Fossils become echoes not merely of biological evolution, but nodes within a grander cosmic code. Ancient artifacts resonate as tangible imprints in an unfolding informational matrix extending beyond singular worlds. This vision invites reflection on humanity's place amid cosmic vastness. We are not isolated actors confined within three-dimensional walls, but participants in an intricate informational dance-weaving. Together, multiplicity and unity. Our lives shimmer as transient expressions within holographic projections, unique threads, interlaced with infinite others across dimensions unseen. Ultimately, acknowledging the multiverse as potentially holographic calls for embracing paradox. That reality is simultaneously real and illusory, finite yet infinite, singular yet manifold. It beckons us toward humility, recognizing limits to knowledge, and toward awe, celebrating mystery's grandeur. As science advances, through ever more sensitive detectors probing cosmic backgrounds, through quantum experiments teasing out space-time structure, through mathematical insights unveiling dualities, the veil may lift incrementally. Each discovery will reshape understanding while deepening wonder at cosmos's boundless complexity. Thus continues humanity's profound journey, not solely outward among stars nor inward within consciousness, but along pathways, revealing that existence itself might be a radiant projection upon an enigmatic cosmic screen, a hologram shimmering with infinite universes dancing eternally beyond sight, yet intimately connected to all that we are. In this interplay between multiverse and hologram lies perhaps the greatest invitation to explore not just where we are, but what reality truly means, to seek unity within multiplicity, to find meaning amid mystery, to embrace life as luminous expression, woven through infinity's ever-branching web. 11. The meaning of life, reflections on the self and the cosmic illusion. In the vast theater of existence, where infinite universes unfold like petals in a boundless cosmic bloom, one question persists with enduring urgency. What is the meaning of it all, if reality itself is a holographic projection, an intricate dance of encoded information shimmering across dimensions, and if countless versions of ourselves live parallel lives in divergent realities, then where does meaning reside? How does one reconcile the profound multiplicity of existence with the intimate, singular experience of being? To contemplate this is to confront the very essence of what it means to be human. For millennia, humanity has sought to anchor identity and purpose amidst shifting sands, crafting myths, philosophies, and religions that weave narratives explaining our place in the cosmos. Yet now, armed with scientific insights that hint at an underlying holographic substrate and a multiverse of branching realities, these ancient quests assume new contours, inviting us to rethink not only existence, but the self itself. At the heart of this inquiry lies a paradox as old as consciousness. If space and time are illusions, mere projections from deeper informational layers, and if every possible life unfolds somewhere within the multiverse's infinite branches, then what grounds our sense of uniqueness? What anchors the eye that experiences joy, suffering, love, and loss? The holographic principle suggests that what we perceive as three-dimensional reality is akin to a shadow cast by a more fundamental two-dimensional code. In this view, space and time are emergent phenomena, constructed from entangled bits of information encoded on boundaries beyond our direct perception. Our bodies, thoughts, and memories are patterns within this grand code. Selves are transient configurations flickering into being before dissolving back into the cosmic data stream. Simultaneously, the multiverse implies that each pattern, the self, is not singular but replicated infinitely across branches where choices diverge and histories unfold differently. Each you is a node within an immense network of possibilities, a unique expression yet inseparable from an eternal ensemble. This vision might initially evoke existential vertigo, a feeling of smallness or futility in an indifferent cosmos where individuality dissolves into abstraction. Yet it also opens profound avenues for meaning rooted not in isolation but in connection. If all things arise from shared informational substrates, then separateness becomes less rigid, selves intertwine through entanglement beneath apparent divisions. The multiplicity of worlds reflects the boundless creativity of existence, a symphony composed not from solitary notes but from harmonies spanning infinite scales. Within this framework, meaning emerges not from fixed essences or final destinations, but from participation in an ongoing cosmic process, an unfolding story where every moment matters precisely because it is unique among countless variations. Consider life as a radiant pattern dancing across holographic screens, a transient bloom expressing facets of universal intelligence to forms both ephemeral and eternal. Each decision reverberates through branching timelines. Each experience enriches the tapestry woven by consciousness itself. This perspective resonates with philosophical traditions emphasizing impermanence and interdependence. Eastern philosophies like Buddhism describe the self as anatman, not a fixed entity but a flow of sensations and perceptions, arising conditionally. Such teachings find echoes in quantum theory's probabilistic nature and holography's emergent reality. Moreover, recognizing reality's illusory aspects can cultivate humility, not resignation but liberation from rigid attachments to egoic identity. It invites embracing uncertainty as fertile ground for growth and compassion. In practical terms, how might this understanding influence human life? It challenges reductionist views that locate meaning solely in material success or external validation. Instead, it encourages nurturing awareness of interconnectedness, cherishing relationships as reflections of deeper unity, honoring creativity as participation in cosmic expression, cultivating presence as attunement to unfolding mystery. The holographic multiverse also reframes death, not as annihilation but transformation. If selves are patterns within an informational matrix branching endlessly, then endings become transitions, moments where one configuration fades while others persist or emerge anew elsewhere in the vast ensemble. This vision aligns with intuitions found in spiritual experiences and near-death phenomena where boundaries between self and other blur, time dilates, realities merge. Science may one day illuminate mechanisms underlying such states, not to reduce them to mere illusion, but to reveal their place within nature's grand design. Yet embracing these ideas demands balance, holding wonder without losing grounding, seeking knowledge without succumbing to nihilism, engaging fully with life while recognizing its transience. Earth's deep past itself exemplifies this delicate interplay, ancient layers bearing witness to cycles of emergence and extinction, epochs folding into one another like waves on an eternal sea. Humanity's story is but one chapter within this vast narrative, a fleeting spark illuminating darkness yet connected intimately to all that came before and all that will follow. In this light, meaning transcends individual lifetimes or even single universes. it becomes woven into the fabric of existence itself, a dance between form and formlessness, between illusion and reality, between multiplicity and unity. Ultimately, contemplating the holographic multiverse invites us into profound humility and expansive hope. It reminds us that though we may be small flickers amid infinite realms, each flicker contributes uniquely to an ever-unfolding cosmic symphony, a symphony whose notes resonate beyond time and space into dimensions unseen yet deeply felt. As science continues unraveling these mysteries, probing quantum depths, mapping cosmic backgrounds, decoding informational patterns, it simultaneously enriches human imagination and spirituality. The boundary between empirical knowledge and poetic insight blurs. Mathematics meets metaphor, physics embraces philosophy. Thus continues humanity's greatest journey, not merely outward toward stars, nor inward toward neurons, but toward understanding existence's deepest essence, that life itself is a luminous projection dancing upon an enigmatic cosmic screen, a hologram, shimmering with infinite universes entwined eternally within the web of being. And within this grand interplay lies perhaps the most profound revelation. That meaning arises not despite complexity or uncertainty, but because of them, that our fleeting moments shine brightest when embraced as singular expressions amid infinity's boundless embrace. 12. The echoes from the void, a resonant conclusion. In the vastness of cosmic contemplation, where multiverses unfold like infinite petals and holographic tapestries shimmer beyond perception, there emerges a quiet whisper, a subtle echo reverberating through the corridors of existence. This echo is not a grand proclamation, but a delicate reminder. The self is neither center nor singularity in the boundless expanse. It is a note in an eternal symphony, a flicker amid infinite lights, humble yet vital. To embrace this truth is to reconcile with the profound paradox that we are once infinitesimal and integral, transient and timeless. The universe, or rather the multiverse, does not revolve around any one point or entity. It does not crown any single consciousness as supreme, nor any solitary narrative as definitive. Instead, it unfolds as an immense ensemble where every possibility finds its place, every pattern its resonance. In this grand orchestration, no note dominates, no melody stands alone. Each contributes to the richness of the cosmic harmony, unique yet inseparable from the whole. This humility, inherent in recognizing oneself as part of a greater fabric, invites liberation from ego's confines. It gently dissolves illusions of absolute control or finality, opening space for wonder and openness. The self becomes less an isolated island and more a wave upon an endless ocean shaped by currents beyond sight yet flowing with purpose and grace. Such awareness nurtures compassion, for if every being is a thread woven into the same infinite tapestry, then suffering and joy alike ripple across shared existence. Yet alongside this humility blooms hope, not a desperate grasping, but a serene trust that all possibilities have room to unfold. The multiverse offers not desolation, but boundless potential. It assures that each choice matters because it echoes across countless realities. Every moment lived fully resonates like a stone cast into still waters, sending ripples that touch unseen shores. The echoes from the void thus carry dual messages, one of surrender to vastness and another of affirmation in presence. They remind us that though we may never grasp the totality of existence, our participation matters profoundly. Each act of kindness, each spark of curiosity, each embrace of mystery adds color to the unfolding mosaic. Moreover, these echoes invite us to reconsider time itself not as a linear march, but as an intricate weave where past and future entwine endlessly. Time's flow resembles a vast resonance chamber where every event vibrates simultaneously in multiple dimensions. The fossilized remains beneath Earth's surface are more than relics. They are chords struck long ago whose sound still reverberates in the present moment. Our own lives resonate with those ancient vibrations while casting new harmonies forward. In this light, Earth is not merely a stage for isolated dramas, but a nexus where echoes from myriad realities converge, where deep time's layers interlace with spatial infinities and informational codes underpinning holographic projections. It stands as testament to existence's complexity and unity, a fragile sanctuary cradling life amid cosmic vastness. As science advances, probing quantum mysteries, decoding cosmic backgrounds, refining instruments bridging known and unknown, it participates in this resonant dance. Each discovery hums with echoes from realms beyond reach. Each theory sketches patterns hinting at deeper symmetries, weaving together multiplicity and unity. Yet perhaps most profound is that these echoes arise within ourselves in consciousness, reflecting upon itself across infinite facets, in identity stretching beyond singularity into manifold expression, in meaning, blossoming amid paradox. To listen deeply to these echoes is to embark on humanity's greatest journey, not outward alone toward stars, nor inward solely toward neurons, but inward and outward simultaneously, navigating infinite branches within while reaching toward horizons unbounded by space or time. It is a journey marked by both humility and hope, a recognition that while we are not centers nor uniquely singular entities, we remain essential notes within an eternal cosmic chorus whose music transcends comprehension yet invites participation. Thus concludes this chapter of reflection, not with final answers but with open questions resonating softly through the void. What melodies will we contribute? How will our fleeting presence shape the infinite unfolding? And how might embracing our humble place within boundless multiplicity awaken deeper understanding and compassion? In these echoes lies an invitation to dwell fully in this moment's mystery, to honor both our smallness and significance, to find meaning not by claiming dominion over reality, but by harmonizing with its eternal song. For though we are but transient sparks cast upon infinity's dark canvas, our light entwines with countless others, together composing the luminous projection dancing forever across the holographic screen of being. And so, mid silence stretching between stars and within hearts alike, the multiverse whispers its timeless truth. We are many, we are one, we are here, and in this delicate balance rests life's deepest meaning. The story continues, not as a singular tale concluded, but as an ever-expanding resonance flowing through time's endless branches, inviting all who listen to join in the cosmic echo that binds us across space, time, and possibility. 12. The echoes from the void, a resonant conclusion. In the vastness of cosmic contemplation, where multiverses unfold like infinite petals and holographic tapestries shimmer beyond perception, there emerges a quiet whisper, a subtle echo reverberating through the corridors of existence. This echo is not a grand proclamation, but a delicate reminder. The self is neither center nor singularity in the boundless expanse. It is a note in an eternal symphony, a flicker amid infinite lights, humble yet vital. To embrace this truth is to reconcile with a profound paradox, that we are at once infinitesimal and integral, transient and timeless. The universe, or rather the multiverse, does not revolve around any one point or entity. It does not crown any single consciousness as supreme, nor any solitary narrative as definitive. Instead, it unfolds as an immense ensemble where every possibility finds its place, every pattern its resonance. In this grand orchestration, no note dominates, no melody stands alone. Each contributes to the richness of the cosmic harmony, unique yet inseparable from the whole. This humility inherent in recognizing oneself as part of a greater fabric invites liberation from ego's confines. It gently dissolves illusions of absolute control or finality, opening space for wonder and openness. The self becomes less an isolated island and more a wave upon an endless ocean shaped by currents beyond sight yet flowing with purpose and grace. Such awareness nurtures compassion, for if every being is a thread woven into the same infinite tapestry, then suffering and joy alike ripple across shared existence. Yet alongside this humility blooms hope. Not a desperate grasping, but a serene trust that all possibilities have room to unfold. That every moment lived fully resonates like a stone cast into still water, sending ripples that touch unseen shores. The multiverse offers not desolation but boundless potential. It assures that each choice matters because it echoes across countless realities. The echoes from the void thus carry dual messages, one of surrender to vastness and another of affirmation in presence. They remind us that though we may never grasp the totality of existence, our participation matters profoundly. Each act of kindness, each spark of curiosity, each embrace of mystery adds color to the unfolding mosaic. Moreover, these echoes invite us to reconsider time itself, not as a linear march, but as an intricate weave where past and future entwine endlessly. Time's flow resembles a vast resonance chamber where every event vibrates simultaneously in multiple dimensions. The fossilized remains beneath Earth's surface are more than relics. They are chords struck long ago whose sound still reverberates in the present moment. Our own lives resonate with those ancient vibrations while casting new harmonies forward. In this light, Earth is not merely a stage for isolated dramas, but a nexus where echoes from myriad realities converge, where deep time's layers interlace with spatial infinities and informational codes underpinning holographic projections. It stands as testament to existence's complexity and unity, a fragile sanctuary cradling life amid cosmic vastness. As science advances, probing quantum mysteries, decoding cosmic backgrounds, refining instruments bridging known and unknown, it participates in this resonant dance. Each discovery hums with echoes from realms beyond reach. Each theory sketches patterns hinting at deeper symmetries, weaving together multiplicity and unity. Yet perhaps most profound is that these echoes arise within ourselves, in consciousness, reflecting upon itself across infinite facets, in identity stretching beyond singularity into manifold expression, in meaning, blossoming amid paradox. To listen deeply to these echoes is to embark on humanity's greatest journey, not outward alone toward stars nor inward, solely toward neurons, but inward and outward simultaneously, navigating infinite branches within while reaching toward horizons unbounded by space or time. It is a journey marked by both humility and hope, a recognition that while we are not centers nor uniquely singular entities, we remain essential notes within an eternal cosmic chorus whose music transcends comprehension, yet invites participation. Thus concludes this chapter of reflection, not with final answers, but with open questions resonating softly through the void. What melodies will we contribute? How will our fleeting presence shape the infinite unfolding? And how might embracing our humble place within boundless multiplicity awaken deeper understanding and compassion? In these echoes lies an invitation to dwell fully in this moment's mystery, to honor both our smallness and significance, to find meaning not by claiming dominion over reality, but by harmonizing with its eternal song. For though we are but transient sparks cast upon infinity's dark canvas, our light entwines with countless others, together composing a luminous projection, dancing forever across the holographic screen of being. And so, amid silence stretching between stars and within hearts alike, the multiverse whispers its timeless truth. We are many, we are one, we are here, and in this delicate balance rests life's deepest meaning. The story continues, not as a singular tale concluded, but as an ever-expanding resonance flowing through time's endless branches, inviting all who listen to join in the cosmic echo that binds us across space, time, and possibility. Yet even as this echo fades into silence, one cannot help but ponder what lies beyond the horizon of comprehension. If infinite universes pulse with alternate possibilities, what shadows do they cast upon our reality? Could there be subtle influences threading through quantum foam or gravitational waves hinting at unseen neighbors? Might consciousness itself be more than localized awareness, a ripple spanning multiple realms? Such questions beckon us onward into uncharted intellectual frontiers. They remind us that science and philosophy are partners in exploration, each illuminating facets of mystery while embracing limits inherent to human cognition. The multiverse remains hypothesis, a grand framework woven from strands of mathematics, physics, and imagination. It defies direct proof, yet refuses dismissal because it resonates deeply with empirical clues and existential intuition alike. In contemplating it, humanity confronts its own nature. Fragile beings seeking certainty amid uncertainty, creators yearning for meaning within chaos, dreamers envisioning wholeness amidst fragmentation. This paradox lies at our core. We exist simultaneously as fleeting individuals and participants in eternal processes, as finite sparks igniting brief flames, and as expressions of boundless creative forces shaping cosmos itself. Embracing this duality transforms fear into awe, isolation into connection, ignorance into curiosity. Each breath taken becomes an act of cosmic participation. Each thought sparks new branches on reality's tree. Each heartbeat pulses with infinite echoes from realms unseen. In this dance between void and light, the silent music underlying all things, we find not emptiness but fullness, not despair but hope, not end but beginning. And so we journey onward, seekers tracing whispers from deep time's shadows, explorers listening for resonance within quantum silence, travelers navigating labyrinths woven from space-time's threads, all united by wonder at being part of something immeasurably vast, yet intimately ours. For ultimately, whether or not alternate selves walk parallel paths or other universes shimmer just beyond perception matters. less than how we choose to live here in this fragile moment, suspended between stars, embracing mystery with open hearts and minds, attuned to infinity's song. The multiverse calls, not merely as scientific conjecture, but as poetic invitation to recognize ourselves as both echo and origin, as many voices singing one eternal melody beneath cosmos's boundless dome. In answering that call lies perhaps humanity's most profound legacy, not mastery over nature nor conquest of space-time, but humble participation in the unfolding symphony where every note matters, because it sings life into being across eternity's endless branches.